about what you guys have going on here. Tell me a little bit about the dance company that you have.
Yeah, so we're really excited. This is a showcase, so it actually includes our whole academy from 4 years old up to, we won't even say, all ages, men, women, children, and also our dance company. So it's a full showcase of what they've been working on for the last year. In the case of the children's program, it's got basically the things that they've been working on this year. But as far as the company, we have excerpts from sort of our greatest hits. We've recently been co-produced by a choreographer from Spain. So we had Dracula, La Casa de Bernarda Alba, Carmen, El Amor Brujo. So we had big shows that we had done in bigger theaters and had toured, and we're kind of bringing back our best of for this particular show, just to kind of give everybody a taste if they weren't around during those shows or they didn't get a chance to see them.
So just tell me a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I'm not actually from Central Florida, but I've been here quite a while. I did go to high school here. I went to Lake Marion High School. I was in the first graduating class back in 1984 when it opened. And then afterwards, I went to University of Central Florida, and that is where I went on a study abroad trip to Spain and where I first learned about flamenco. So I kind of credit that moment as a pivotal moment in my life when I first saw a flamenco show in Triana, in Sevilla, when I was at the University of Sevilla through the UCF program. That's when I discovered that that's what I wanted to do.
So I know you mentioned before that you have people from all different ages here. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about the people that are in this group and their backgrounds and how that all works together with what you're doing.
Yeah, I love that. You know, we're located in Oviedo, so we're kind of, people wonder why we're here and why we're not maybe out in, say, West Orlando or something. Our students come to us from so many different places, so we're kind of centric. They come from Daytona, from New Smyrna, from Melbourne, from Claremont, from over in Kissimmee. So we're sort of a midpoint. Our students are really all backgrounds. We do have a lot of Hispanic background students. We have a lot of immigrant students and newcomer students. A lot of those have practiced flamenco or have studied flamenco either when they were children or if they're teenagers, they studied it until they moved here. So it's a big cultural draw for them and part of what they've grown up with or happy memories that they've had of their childhood that they're sort of reaching back to. So it's a very special community because everybody that's here really knows why they're here, and this is the particular art form that they really love. So it makes it a very tight-knit group that knows what they want.
Are you guys taking new enrollment? How does that work if someone's interested in joining?
Yeah, we're always taking new enrollment. We don't have a particular time of year that enrollment starts, so anybody's welcome to start when they want. We do truly offer all levels from age 4, sometimes 3, depending on the child, all the way up to professional level. So we have classes here really every night, and then on Saturday mornings, we have a professional dance company, we have student dance companies, and so there's also opportunities for anybody that's interested in doing more to grow with the art form as well. So we encourage anybody to come try. We always give a free trial class. We want to be sure that this is what they like, this is what they want, this is the environment that they want to be in. And yeah, so.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about the length of time how long have some of the senior people been with you? When I say senior, I mean the people that have been doing it the longest.
That is a great question, and it leads me to a second answer too, because gosh, I would say you'll see in a moment some of our adolescents that are maybe 17, 18, 19 years old. Some of them have been here 7, 8, 9, 10 years, so they've been here a long time. The best time to start is right about 7 years old. Okay. Before that, it's great too because you're getting an idea of your spatial awareness and right and left and all that good stuff. But really, it's about 7 years old. And the group that I have that you'll see in a little bit, most of them started when they were 7 or 6. So I would say that's probably about the longest amount of time. I do have some adults that have been with me longer because I haven't been here that long. I actually moved abroad for a while and then came back. And so that's the answer to that question. But the other question most people ask me when they call is, how long does it take to learn it? And my answer is, it's a lifetime. It's the journey of a lifetime. It should never be looked at as, oh, I'm going to go to this class and I'm going to master this in 6 months, because you won't. And that's right. The beauty of it. It's the journey, it's not the end. Nobody wants to get to the end of the journey. You want the journey to continue, and it's just a long, long journey. And one of the most beautiful things about flamenco dance specifically is it's something that you can perform into even your older age. It's not, even though it's very difficult, it's very intellectually difficult, and that's something that even as the body maybe doesn't respond the same way it did when you were 20, the mind does. And the nuances that you can put in, the feeling, all of those things stacked on top are what makes it so unique of an art form. It's very passionate, and yet it's very introverted.
I was going to say, I would think a lot of people that come to you have some form of a passion for it, as opposed to they've had some kind of an inspiration rather than just come in and say, I just want to learn this.
Yes, it's very rare to have students come in that have no idea what it is.
Right.
They usually know exactly what they're getting into,
right.
Or they had an experience like mine where they didn't know what it was. They saw it and they were so moved that they just knew this was them.
Yeah.
Most of the people that walk in here, they know they're a flamenco. They already know that.
Yeah.
Done.
That's awesome.
So it's just a matter, is this their environment? Is this group their environment? Yeah.
So what are we going to see at the show you've got coming up?
Oh, so many things. Besides all those different ages, incredible costuming. I was trying to estimate the amount of costuming. I want to say tens of thousands of dollars of amazing, authentic costuming. So just for that, just the feast for the eyes is absolutely incredible. Not to mention the ears, the percussion that's going on with the dancers, the castanets, all of the different sounds that are happening. But you're going to see the 4 schools of Spanish dance, which is something that I like to talk about because it's something that we offer here that's very unusual. Flamenco is just one school of Spanish dance. So we are Flamenco del Sol. We are sponsored or produced by Orlando Flamenco, but it's only one of the schools. We also have Escuela Bolera. Escuela Bolera is like, it's like ballet with castanets. It's a whole different discipline. We have danza stylizada, which is a combination of those, done in flamenco shoes with castanets, but requires a lot of contemporary dance and ballet.
Oh, is that things that you do at this studio? Or?
Yes, yeah, we teach all 4 schools and we'll be performing all 4 schools. And then lastly, the folkloric dances of Spain. So they will get a sampling of all of that. So there's literally something for everyone. Not everybody, flamenco music is very specific and it's really appealing to those of us that love it. And to other people, they don't maybe get it. But all those other types of music, the different classical music, the very nouveau music, they're going to get that. So there's literally something for everybody. So if you go with your family, because it's Mother's Day the next day, or it's Easter the next day this year. It was Mother's Day last year. You know, and you don't know, well, what is my family going to like? What is my aunt going to like? What is my aunt? There's going to be something for everyone. At the very least, the visual is going to be so stunning, they will have never seen what they are going to see. Guaranteed.
That's all. What is something that most people don't realize when they come in thinking that they want to start this process with you?
Oh, as far as taking classes?
Yeah, is there something common that people don't quite understand when they come into it?
Yes, I would say that kind of what we touched on a little bit earlier is how long it takes to feel comfortable in your body with it, because it's unlike any other type of dance they've done before. The way that the body moves, the root, of course, flamenco and Spanish dances are from Spain, but they're not Latin dances. And some people think that it's going to be like Latin dance. It's not going to be anything like Latin dance, nothing. And so if they love doing Latin dances, the body doesn't work the same way with these. These dances, actually, flamenco comes from Indian dance originally. So it's got a very different feel.
Right.
The technique, you tend to use one side of the body at a time. The rhythms are very complicated. So I think the biggest disconnect is the amount of intellectual work that has to go into the stopping and thinking, the clapping through things, the counting, all of the figuring out that you have to do before you ever break a sweat.
But that's got to be quite rewarding, I would think, to come out of I think so many people go to sports training or something like that, and they come out of a session and feel like they haven't really gotten anywhere or progressed or anything. It sounds like you're using so much mental aspects of this. There's a lot that you can take away from every single session that you have.
That's exactly right. And different types of people can take a lot from it because it offers such a broad spectrum of skills that you have to draw on. I mean, we've had people here before that are over 70 years old, and they said, this is so good for my memory, because you'll see when you film the levels that they're working. They're working their feet, they're percussing, they're playing something with their feet, they're playing something different with their castanets. They're moving in different ways. They're moving same side of the body, which is completely counterintuitive because nobody walks like this, right?
It's a lot of
So-
moving parts, literally.
It's literally a lot of moving parts and then remembering the sequence and then not running into anybody. So it's so good for your brain. And those of us that have a few years on us, we realize how good this is for our brain. So that's actually one of the benefits that people find. They're surprised at how much it feeds them that way. But more than that, how much it feeds them emotionally and spiritually. People always say, I don't have to go to therapy if I come here. Yeah,
nice.
you can,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
emotional of a dance, it's so introverted and it's so personal that if you choose to, once you get to a certain point in your technique, you can leave that stuff here. You can cleanse yourself and you can walk out. There's one little thing I wanted to mention that is unique about this particular showcase. We have a really great working relationship with the United Arts of Central Florida. They are one of our great supporters. They actually found us before we were a nonprofit because our Orlando Flamenco organization is the nonprofit that sponsors us. So they were the ones that convinced us to become a nonprofit so that we could work with the schools. So we work teaching flamenco specifically in the local schools. As a result, we've been doing this 7 or 8 years. This year, we're bringing 2 schools, a middle school and a high school, that their students will be performing in our show. They've only had 5 classes, and what they're going to do is absolutely amazing for having 5 classes. So we usually work with their dance companies, so they've got some dance level, but for them, this is a brand new art form that they're working with. So they will be performing, and most exciting is that we will be offering this year 3 scholarships to 3 lucky students.
That's impressive, wow.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So it's all expenses, as many classes as they want, a full school year, and they don't know who they are yet, but they're about to find out on Saturday night.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, awesome. We look forward to having you there, and
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.